Hi, ladies and gents. This is Twin Flames Undercover. I'm going to do a twin flame reading for the masculine and feminine reading. Okay. Let me see. All right. Sorry about that. Hang on, maybe. Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna shuffle the deck. I'm using the After Tarot. I'm going to do a past, present, and future for the masculine, past, present, and future for the feminine. And then I'm going to do union cards down the middle. Okay, so okay, so the bottom of the deck is the Two of Swords. And I'm going to do these two as well. And the Two of Swords in this deck depicts two men fighting over one woman. So, which kind of is a bit of a turn for the books. Normally it's two women fighting over the masculine. So, now, let me see. Okay, all right. Sorry now. And the bottom of the deck is the Fool card. And I'm just going to put two extra cards in the middle. And this one wants to come up too, which is the Queen of Swords. Okay. Hello, pussycat. Okay, so this is the feminine side. So this is the Divine Feminine is working through some heartache issues and just some despair, and there's like the Three of Cups here with the celebrating women. But often when there's a difficult card next to it, it can reveal like gossip, people spilling your cup, you know. So this is kind of like the heartbreak of gossip, like, and how it can destroy someone. And then there's the Six of Cups, which is reunion, which is meeting someone from the past, and we have the Page of Pentacles, and that's like a new beginning in finances. And this is the future. So this is the Page of Wands. This is kind of the Seven of Cups. There's like just the situation that the Divine Feminine finds itself, just confusion and not knowing which direction to go, and not getting any prompt, not getting any prompt as to what to do, and just kind of confusion as to having to be independent to figure out what she really wants, you know. And this page of wands really indicates a new beginning, and like the lady in the picture, she's just so free and she's really in control of that wand, it seems. So I think this is kind of a new beginning for the feminine and then a new lease of life. All right, so anyway, we're going over here to the masculine, and we have the Emperor and the Knight of Cups. So we have the Emperor and the Knight of Cups, and it's just like the old with the new a bit, you know. It's like the chivalry of the Knight of Cups and the kind of modern day Emperor. I think that's just kind of the presence of the masculine at the moment. And then if we go down to these cards now, the present, the past. This is like just the nostalgia of the past, and it's really interesting that it came up in the same position for the feminine of reunion, with an old friend, or nostalgia of an old friend, or like this man, almost like it could be the passing of a dog as well, like or the passing of a pet. And just being nostalgic about how long you've had them since they were puppies or whatever. So this is kind of I don't do reversals, so this is kind of moving on from the grief of that, and this is like moving on from the grief of it, and you know, I think there's something here, a kind of I get a real like ashamed feeling from the Six of Swords, like having to migrate, you know, even maybe the masculine could be leaving the country, or deciding to move, you know. I get a real strong feeling from this card that they could be moving away for a lot of people, you know. And maybe, I don't know, I think I'm getting the impression with this that he's moving away with the karmic for whatever reason. I think that there's a kind of torture going on here now, that of not knowing whether to stay or go, looking into the past and not knowing whether to stay or to go, kind of. So there's the Ten of Wands then. So this is the burden of travel again, you know, the Ten of Wands. And the Fool is like a new beginning. I don't do reversal, sorry. It's kind of there's a real empowerment feeling of the masculine in the past, right? And then as soon as this kind of feeling of nostalgia comes in, there's a kind of drudgery and a burden of the past, you know. And this is kind of almost, it just makes me think of an injury, like being so overburdened that you injure yourself, or that you lose your footing, you know. And we all love the Fool card for its kind of optimism and lightheartedness, but with the After Tarot here, there's a feeling of injury, I think, you know. And I think with the previous two cards of the Six of Swords and the Ten of Wands, that Six of Swords and the Ten of Wands, that I can't even talk. That the Six of Swords and the Ten of Wands, that he's burdened, and he's so burdened that he's likely to injure himself. So this is kind of like just with the two of Swords at the end, and the Fool here again mirrored here on the feminine side, is like there's a kind of sense of there's a bit of a conflict here, like I really get a sense of injury from this because of the previous two cards, that there's been an injury, and the Fool, you know, I feel like the Fool has done himself harm here. And over here it's like there's a feminine in the picture, and oh Jesus, that was weird that the star came out, the wish granted. Knight of Pentacles. That was interesting, no? the Fool. So here, the Fool. This reminds me of there's actually a place in West Cork called Lough Ine, and it's a lake where the waters glow underneath, because the coral underneath it, the waters glow late at night, and they have trips out there. They go out in a kayak to see it. So this reminds me of this, and it's a sense of adventure and kind of the sacred geometry as well, you know. It's just kind of the feminine is having a sense of adventure, like after all the heartbreak, you know. Whereas I think the masculine is kind of burdened and injuring himself. You know, it's like two opposing versions of the Fool, you know. So I kind of didn't expect that now, and it was interesting that the wish card came out. A wish come true. The Nine of Pentacles. So this like wishing upon a star. So that the feminines, if they're in doubt about it, that that's like saying, if they're in doubt about it, that they're saying you're wrong to doubt, to not doubt, basically with the wish card. And that the Fool on the feminine side is like a true path. So I'm gonna go right up the middle now to I only have 4 minutes left. And the Union. So here we have the Divine Feminine, the Knight of Swords, and the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups is hanging on to your money, like, but it's about kind of fortifying the castle a bit, you know. And I know it myself, I do struggle with just being stable about money, you know, like, and you know, and not kind of, and being stable about money, but at the same time being open to opportunities for more money. You know, sometimes I get so used to the certain amount of money that I get that I actually I limit myself to that, you know, that I shut out the possibility of more money, you know. And then we have the Ace of Cups here, right in the middle of the spread, like if I could show you. And so that's a real kind of confirmation of the union happening. But isn't it funny, like on the feminine side, it's like there's this firm logical feeling of the Queen of Swords, and I'm a Libra myself, but or an air sign myself, but like, you know, just the fact that like the rational, when you're being rational and logical, like you don't see the love, you really don't, and you don't see the love. You're totally closed off from it sometimes when you're literally having to, you know, you're literally having to be astute and protect your body and protect your house and protect what you have, and you know, so sometimes the truth of the love can be clouded. And so here we have like the Queen of Cups on the masculine side, and it's kind of interesting. The Queen of Cups is on the masculine side, and it's like total surrender emotionally. And you know, even myself now, I feel like I'm more of the Queen of Swords now than I am the Queen of Cups, you know, and and this is just kind of pointing that out, just to be in touch with your emotions and that. So like then the final card for the union is the King of Wands. And we have the Ten of Swords and the Queen of Swords. So we have the Queen of Swords. We have the Ten of Swords. So it's like death and renewal again on the side of the masculine, right? And we have the Queen of Swords on that side as well. And there's a lot of cards that have been mirrored here, you know, and you know, and it's not funny, like, you know, it's almost like the what's clashing between, there's things that are clashing between them, there's aspects that are clashing between them, and there's aspects that are coming together regardless. And it's like about perspective and vision, you know. And you know, I like the King of Wands underneath this because it's very grounding, you know. I know myself